Mondays through Fridays, 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. in the newsroom. You can't afford to miss it.
Yes, 3:30 and above, you can afford to miss it. That's in the newsroom on OSBC television. Ilé Àwíyé Òkèbalẹ̀ Òṣogbo. Oluwatoyin Yusuf is my name. I have with me Torayo Ayebayo.
Well, good afternoon, viewers at home.
Yeah,
Good afternoon, Oluwatoyin.
Yeah, we thank God that normalcy is returning in some
Gradually,
parts, gradually in some parts of the state of the federation, and following the hardship protest that was kickstarted on Friday, the 1st of August, 2024. Many people have died and hundreds of people have been arrested for one infraction or the other. Now, the president, who maybe didn't actually want to address the nation, was forced to come out on the 2nd of August to address this. Yesterday,
that was 3 days ago.
3 days ago, yeah. Yesterday, we had the critique of President Bola Tinubu's speech that actually many people expected him to have said something about fuel subsidy, either it's removal or otherwise, either bringing down the price of PMS or otherwise. But many Nigerians were disappointed that the president did not say anything about it. But we thank God, normalcy, as I said earlier on, Torayo is gradually returning. But a minister and the president in a speech have come out to tell us that the federal government recently released the sum of 570 billion naira.
As grants. Not loan, grants.
As grants to all the states. So by the time you divide 570 by 36, you get 15.8 billion naira to each state. Now the question is, if the federal government said I have released, then which means the money must have got to the state. Exactly. It's not a matter of we will release. Now the question,
has been released, not we will.
Not we will. Now, some people are still saying that then what has happened to these palliatives? Why have the palliatives not, impacted on the people so that people still come out to talk about, hunger, hardship, and all of that? But at times when people throw such a question to me, I am always quick to say, okay, if I get a palliative for 3 Congos in July, is that all that I will continue to eat till another palliative? But someone else will still come to me and say, Tony, look up the meaning of palliative dictionary. Palliative means something that just to cushion the effect. Yeah. So, what's your take about that?
Well, Tony, my take on that is that I think if truly the federal government has released that huge amount of money to all the states of the federation, I think the impact should be by now should have been felt, because I think people there must be a kind of relief if truly that money has gone to the purse of the state government. But I don't know what the state governments are doing about that, because there is no state government has made any pronouncement concerning that. It is the federal government that said it, but no state government across the federation
has come out to deny it.
They have not come out to deny it, and at the same time they didn't mention that we have received this kind of money. So I don't know who is fooling who, and I don't know, that means something has gone wrong somewhere. And I want to appeal to the state governments in Nigeria. If truly they have this money, they should let people know and use it for the benefit of the masses, so that there will be relief for the people.
And without commending, anybody, and without,
condemning
anybody, I think I still want to give some kudos to Osun State government. Each time the government receives anything, the spokesperson or commissioner for the come out, we have received this from the federal government.
Yeah.
Yes, Osun State will always make that clarification. Yes. So we are still expecting the spokesperson or the commissioner of police to come out. Okay, we have gotten our own share of 570 billion, and that goes along to say that the hardship or the hunger or what have you should not be the headache of the federal government alone. That is what
of course.
And recently, Torayo, I saw a clip as a newsman, I would say I cannot really verify the veracity of the clip.
Okay.
But I think the noise was from one of the states in the old Midwestern states. I don't want to mention the state.
Okay.
And we saw people looting. I don't want to call it looting. Taking away bags of 50 kg of rice. And by the time I finish my story, we will know whether to target as looting, taking, or stealing. Now, they are not talking. Look at this. This is the house of a chieftain of a particular party. He ordered the palliative rice meant for the people of this state, and he has ordered it, and people have now come around to break open the door, and everybody was, taking away 50 kg of bag of rice. So if the federal government has done its part, and the state government has done its part, saying, okay, you are the DSA of OSBC television, take these 10 bags of rice, go and give to your staff. And without discover that our DNCA has taken away 6 bags out of 4, and we continue to put the blame at the doorstep of the DG or the PS or the chairman or the what or the SA. So it happens like that some people in public offices will just take away what is meant for the masses.
Exactly.
And before you know it, you begin to blame the state governor or the president.
Tony, let me come in. That is one thing I don't like about our people. Blaming the government all the time. We also have our own blame. I mean the people. The people. We also have our own fault, our own blame. Because for government to have released something for the benefit of the masses and a single person, you find out that that person has been hoarding it. And maybe when people later discover, they will start saying, and you would still be blaming those people that why they were looting, they were doing this, they were doing that. Out of retaliation, people will vent their anger on such a person. So I want to believe that we are all partakers of this illicit, this vices. We are all partakers of these vices. Honestly, it is not good. So we should not put all the blames on the government at all times. Nigerians, we also have a case to answer as regards this. Yes, according to a book we are all guilty,
written by a former warlord during the Civil War, Chukwuemeka Ejiofor, retired general, the late. He wrote a book. We are all involved.
We are all involved. We are all guilty.
We are all guilty. But then people are saying, hey, for how long will the federal government continue to be sending trucks of grain to the state? For how long?
For how long?
Bring down the price of PMS and let me go to the market with 5,000 and buy some 20 Congos of rice home. Yes. How will you come around and be giving a whole family 2-3 Congos of rice for the next 1 month or 2 months? All we are saying, I'm quoting people now, bring back the subsidy. Okay, we are not forcing the president to bring back the subsidy. Okay, but we still have to appeal to Nigerians. Okay, let us listen to the president. Some of the refineries will soon start working. The president has given a directive to the NNPCL to start supplying or selling crude to Dangote refinery, in Naira. So by the time all these refineries, start producing in full capacity, the federal government or the NNPC will have no excuse for not bringing down
the prices
of diesel, of PMS, of kerosene, and all of you. At the moment the prices of this come down, then we will not be talking about inflation again, because our economy, either Nigeria as a federation, either in the state as a state, or families, everything depends on fuel.
Yeah. You are right.
So actually, we may not say that these palliatives may have so much huge impact, on Nigerians. Yes, even if you give 10 Congos of rice to a family, for how long, for how many weeks, for how many months, and will the federal or the state government continue to roll out bags of rice or gari or agbado or what have you to families?
Well, Tony, I think what people are expecting from the government is that they should bring down, as you have slightly said, to bring down the price of petrol, so that if price of petrol comes, automatically all other things, you know, will be affordable. All other things will come down. So I believe government should address the problem. The problem, what is causing this problem, I think is the main thing that government should address. Not that giving us trucks of 5 trucks of rice and grains and all that.
20 in this case, so 20 trucks.
Okay, 20 trucks.
Yes,
okay, this cannot not 5 trucks. Okay, so I think government should address the issue from, you know, the issue. Government should address it. That's, I think.
So today, what's your take on this? The federal government has continued to roll out palliatives, billions of naira this month, billions of naira that month, trucks of grains and all of that.
The impact is not felt, honestly.
And we have heard stories of some public office holders hoarding all these things. We are not saying that is why these palliatives have not had any impact. What's your take? Why have all these palliatives haven't had so much impact on the lives of Nigeria, so that we still continue to come out, hold placards, and be singing songs against federal government, you know, on hunger?
Yes, let's consider the population of Nigeria against what the federal government is rolling out.
Okay.
Let us just suppose.
Okay.
How will it get to where they actually want those palliatives to get to? You understand? That's number one. Then secondly, do we actually know the population of Nigeria? In planning, you've got to have an idea of the population you are dealing with before you can say, okay, this is the approach I want to take and what effect it's going to have. You understand? If you don't have all those facts, it will be difficult for you. Do we know our birth rates? Do we know death rates? You understand? The population keeps expanding day in, day out. Yeah. And the government has not deemed it fit to even think about, bridging the gap. You understand? Up to today, when you have issues with your bank or something, they say, go and bring your BVN, go and bring this. All these things should have been, synchronized.
Exactly.
You understand? Nigerians in the diaspora cannot vote. Nobody's talking about that. We should try as much as possible to move away from where we were or where we are. Let me put it that way, because it doesn't seem we're actually moving. So talking about the palliatives, yes, 20 trucks for Osun, for instance. Since they have been bringing it, have you ever seen it? When you ask
here at OSBC, sometimes we were given 2 or 3
one Congo.
Okay,
one Congo of rice.
Of rice and
and even maize. Yeah.
Yes.
Sometimes a gram.
One Congo of maize.
And rice.
That's interesting. So this is what we are saying. So what effect will a Congo of rice have on the family of say 4,
5, 6?
Okay.
You understand? These are some of the things. So I think the problem actually is that the government has not actually deemed it fit to come up with, verifiable, data to be able to, take care of its people. And if this continues, definitely there cannot be rest for the government.
Yes, maybe just before you came in, you might be listening to Tora, talking about the fact that we masses too, we are culpable. We are all involved in this thing. Let me, without faulting your proposition, let's look at it this way. Even let us assume we have the data. I cannot, as an individual, go to Abere and kill for a bag or half a bag of rice. Somebody will have to go, maybe the head of our department. Is that right? Maybe our GM or what have you. And that is how it happens. Friday last week, I painted something. I think, let me repeat it now. Okay. I am a Korope driver or Marwa driver. Okay. Then in my unit, I have 15 members. Okay. And then the government, through the commissioner or whatever, sent a message to my unit. Okay, send your chairman to Abere to come and collect bags of rice. So when I get to Abere, how many are your members? I put it at 20. Okay. Instead of what? 15. So the government gives me 20 bags of rice. On my way home, I just drive home. I dropped extra 5 there. Then I still drop extra 2, making it 7. 7 minus 20, that is 13. Now I get to my members at Orita, whatever unit. I have brought 13 bags of rice, and they start, shouting, singing,
hallelujah,
praising
praising.
the government. Are you with me? And I will tell them, in fact, I went through hell before I could get 13 bags of rice, and they still be hailing me. And they will say, okay, chairman, get a bag, get a bag. The rest of what we share 12.
Apart from the 7 bags.
I've already stolen.
Okay, this is the thing.
So that is what I'm saying, that we are also, involved. We are public office holders who hoard.
Exactly.
We have read the stories,
Mm-hmm.
in some states.
Let me react to that. The last time I went to cover the U.S. election,
Okay.
when we had Trump winning the election, I was away, you were here on ground. And I was, reading out some of the dysfunction of their electoral process in the U.S. You asked me a critical question then. You said, Babatunde, why is it that it is the ugly part you are reporting? You remember what I told you? I said, just for you to know that there is no perfect system.
No perfection.
No perfection anywhere.
You understand?
Exactly.
In the US, you had people on queue for so long.
Without getting what they want.
Yes.
As we are talking, there
Electoral
are
materials.
Exactly.
there are riots across UK.
Yes.
You understand? Electoral materials did not arrive on time.
Time.
So, and I was reporting, just for us to know that there's no
Our
perfect
own case.
system.
It's not peculiar.
Now,
Exactly.
your allusion, let me fault it. Okay, when you are talking about leadership,
Okay.
the government said, okay, the chairman of Korokwe Association come. How many members do you have?
You said 20?
20. Whereas they are 15.
Whereas they are 15.
They are 15. What did the government do to actually know the actual number?
Okay.
The government should be proactive. You don't rely on whatever anybody is giving you.
Okay.
You should know. It's not about asking. You must know. You must have your details. But because you did not know, you will have to rely on a non-entity to give you just any figure.
Okay, the second part of it.
The second part of it.
Let's even say it is 15.
Yes.
And the leader got 15.
15.
And the leader comes back to tell us that, in fact, he went through hell to get 12.
It is that he got 20 bags.
No, he got 15.
15.
He said 15
And
members. He gave him 15.
15.
But on his way, he drove home and dropped
3 bags.
That is it. Yes, I was.
it happens.
I was discussing this very scenario with some people yesterday. In America, they say something. If you see something, you say something. Here, we will see something, and I will say, do you understand? That is our attitude. You understand?
Take care of that phone.
Yeah, that is our attitude. Leadership, I will still blame leadership for all of this. If the leadership is doing well, if the leadership is accountable, those who are following will have to be accountable. If they are not accountable, there will be consequence. But because they know that I have to run, our leader is stealing his own, why will I not steal my own? You understand? So then even when I steal my own, they will say, it's related with Senator Lagbaja.
So you cannot do anything to him.
To him. So you want to tell me that another person will not do the same thing? You understand? But because that one does not know anybody, he will be punished for it.
All right.
That is our system.
We still have to come to the real fact that, we are all involved. We are participants in this, ugly scenario. We must be the change we desire. We must be the change we want to see. Yeah, there is no other place we can call our own except Nigeria. And very quickly to the second topic. Before the protest started, the federal government had been saying that it suspected that those who were planning had some foreign backers and foreign financiers. And now, on the first day in Kano, Kaduna, there were some protesters brandishing Russian flags. And now, many of them have been arrested now. And some are saying, no, why must you arrest them? Now, the question now is, the Grand Senator said, we are suspecting that these people have foreign backers. Yorùbá ní àjẹké lánàá. On the first day of protest, we had some people holding a foreign flag. Trial.
Well, Tony, in as much as I support the protest because of the hunger in the land, I don't support the idea, of some people, some protesters, carrying
Russian
foreign flags in Nigeria, in another country, in our country, because I see it as a treasonable felony. I see them as maybe they have their hidden agenda. Maybe they want to talk with the government. I can't say that. But, for them to have been doing that, for them to have gone to that extent, it's beyond protest. Honestly, I think that it's beyond
hunger.
It's beyond hunger. It's beyond hunger. They have hidden agenda.
Anthony?
Okay, my approach to it will be like this. You did not even exhaust it.
Okay.
Because those brandishing those flags,
Like Russian flags.
They were telling the military,
To take over.
we want you back.
We want you back. Come and take over.
Come and
Yeah.
take over.
We want you back.
So,
And
it's obvious.
when I dig deep, what they were making reference to, is what is happening in places like Burkina Faso, Chad,
and
the Niger Republic, and the rest of
Sudan,
them.
Mauritania.
Yeah.
Follow their
Follow that trend too.
trend. That was actually, those countries that we are talking about have been backed by Russia. You understand?
What is it?
They have been backed. They are not even hiding it.
I understand. Yeah.
They are not hiding it. They are backing them fully. And it has been difficult, even for ECOWAS and the rest of them, to even break into the system.
You see France asking its soldiers, its army to leave those countries.
No, they have been asking them to leave.
To leave, that is it.
But Tony, so the Russian government has come out to deny their involvement
In Nigeria
exactly.
or those in Nigeria.
Yes.
Yes,
No,
Russia has an embassy in
I
Nigeria.
have not said that they are backing.
They are backing.
The Russian government is backing the protesters. But I'm saying what they were telling the military personnel.
Come and take over.
Come and take over.
They were,
We
they
want
were
to
telling them,
happen in
"We want you
Nigeria
back."
what has happened in those countries.
Burkina Faso, in Chad, in Niger.
And that's a call for treason. That's a call for takeover.
That kind of a thing.
Takeover.
But those people doing that, I would say they are myopic. You understand? The worst democracy is still better.
Better than the best military government.
You
honestly.
understand? Because and even military rule nowadays is not even
It's not
popular.
involved.
It's not popular again. It's
not
not
involved.
involved.
You understand?
Not involved,
As for
no.
me, I think I took an exception to that approach. You understand? That was not the reason. Where the government can make mistakes,
Of course.
and we have, ways we can, call the government to order, and not necessarily
Asking
carrying,
for a forceful takeover.
foreign flags to actually.
And that's why I said those northerners have hidden agenda. Because protest also.
Not the entire north.
No,
Those
few. Because protest also happened here now, and there was nothing like that in the
This is what we are
southwest.
saying.
Even in
It was so
those
peaceful.
When you have this
It
kind
was so
of
peaceful.
situation,
Showing your-
some people will go overboard, and it's understandable. We have seen situations whereby, even here, some people will say we belong to the line of Israel or something like that.
Oh, exactly.
You understand? In fact, you see some of our people, even they will display the flag in front of their cars and the rest of it.
Exactly.
You understand? Israel nation, this is, a country loved by God, and God has so many promises for the
them.
Land of Israel and the rest of it. Some people will just go overboard. It's just like, a woman you give a lift, and you are a Christian, for instance, and you are playing a Christian music, or you are a Muslim, you are playing a Muslim music.
Islamic
And
music.
you now, assisted someone of another faith, and getting into your car, asking you,
That is it.
that kind of a thing. Somebody that you assisted.
You still want to be dictating, to him, want to play in his car.
You know,
Exactly.
you just park and say, Madam, find your way down,
Please,
please.
you can go.
Yes, I don't think we need a forceful takeover of government here in Nigeria. Even
We
though
don't need that.
it has happened in Bangladesh, it happened in Bangladesh maybe a little over 24 hours ago.
But the guy stepped down.
No, the prime minister resigned. And
Resigned,
fled the
yes.
country. And because she had overstayed. That is it. It's like, you know, the African mentality of sit tight, you know, syndrome. That is
syndrome.
it. And what is sad is that well over 300 people have died in just 3 weeks of the protest. Well over 300. Now, Sheikh Hasina, that is the female prime minister of Bangladesh, resigned and fled to India, and now the chief of army staff of Bangladesh has taken over. And because he too knows that military rule is no longer in vogue, he has come out with a statement that he was going to form an interim government. And he said he will hold a meeting with politicians because he knows that the political power belongs to the politicians and not to the military.
And the reason for that is that there can never be a lacuna.
Exactly.
Yes,
Somebody
yes.
will have to. So as the woman resigned,
Somebody will have to.
Somebody will have to, and that normally falls on the lap of the chief army staff of any nation, and that is just to buttress your point that everybody knows that military rule is no longer involved, but in Africa we are yet to get to that stage. You know, Burkina Faso, Nigeria, all of that,
But
and you see.
Because if you want to even probe into that, you know, honestly speaking, if you ask me, France has not done well with those francophone
Countries.
You know, when you are beating a child and you say, you must not cry, that is their scenario. All their resources they cannot control, everything back to France.
Back to France.
So you need someone to stand up for them.
Just like everything in Congo back to Belgium. Everything in Angola back to Portugal.
For how long will they
For how long will
continue?
they continue to do
So
that?
that, you know, their own situation is quite peculiar. Quite peculiar, honestly speaking. So that is why ECOWAS too understood. You know, there was a time ECOWAS was like, threatening them that we will sanction you, we will do this. But who thought ECOWAS to actually back up? Because you should understand the peculiarity of their problem. You understand? I think that was what ECOWAS thought about and had to suspend.
So we say it was, and it is an ugly thing for Nigerians protesting to be holding the flag of a foreign nation. No government would take that. Lightly. You know, the government is right to have thought that okay, you have foreign backers, you have foreign financiers who are actually planning to encourage the military.
But again, if they are actually accusing them of having foreign backers, they should do the needful. No, they should carry out investigations and find out if actually
the government is doing that, and that is why some arrests have been made. No government will fold it
let them do the needful and not just
even
doing media.
Let us come down to the micro level. I have heard stories that when you are working with some companies, you cannot. If I'm working for this company now, Tony Yusuf Textile, and you are employed, you cannot put on buy your textile now. Of course. It means you don't have confidence in the company you are working for.
It's just like you are working.
Exactly.
You are working for Toyota and you are using Ford.
Exactly. As the moment you are caught, you are relieved of your job.
Of course.
That is serious.
No, the same thing here. Okay.
No, that one is real.
Although in broadcast media like this, we maybe cover the bit that you can walk into my office and you see me watching channels. I can say, okay, I'm monitoring.
Of course, I'm monitoring.
But if it now comes that why must it be every day your TV says should be on channel?
Don't know your own station.
I know your own station. Yes. The DJ or chairman or SA will do what will complain. If you don't have confidence in your own radio television system,
then go. What are you doing there? Go away.
So no leader will fold his arm on it. We thank you. Follow us online we know we were enjoying the program. It's just most unfortunate but that it is not that a program with a feedback effect so that we can allow people to do what? To react and to call in. Well, this seems the convenient spot to bring down the curtains on today's edition of In the Newsroom on OSBC television. I thank my colleagues Tunde, Babatunde Fanawopo, and Torayo Ayegbayo.
Thank you. Motorayo.
Motorayo. Okay, Motorayo Ayegbayo. Oluwatoyin Yusuf is my name. Tomorrow is another day, another time on In the Newsroom. Until then, enjoy the rest of the day. Good evening.
Mondays through Fridays, 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. In the Newsroom. You can't afford to miss it.